Like, if a Palestinian was sitting here right now and was talking with my conviction, I'm 100% sure they could convince you to support Hamas. Because if they have the right conviction and they explain it to you in a logical way, who are you to say no, he's wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
So you've got a long way to go, Habibi. You need to keep studying.
I love that.
You need to keep learning for sure. Like you gotta, but it's good that I consider you the realest man on here because you're willing to admit in this conversation that you don't know enough and that you're willing to actually adapt. That's beautiful.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, my brother.
How's it going?
Alhamdulillah. How are you doing?
I'm alright. Just trying to... I was interviewing and debating some people.
About?
Dude, just the Israel and Palestine thing, you know.
Are you a Jew?
I am not.
Oh. What side of the spectrum are you on?
It's pro-Palestine.
You are pro-Palestine?
Yeah.
Let's get it going, baby.
No, I just want to say, though,
Mm-hmm.
he skipped me, and I was really upset about it. But there's an IDF soldier on here, and it would have been awesome to debate that guy. But he skipped me.
You shouldn't debate IDF soldiers on here because one,
not even debate.
The
like
IDF
maybe
soldiers, the IDF soldiers that come on here are looking to rage bait, and they're just bored. The reason that they're
obviously, like I've seen videos and like, yeah, I kill kids on purpose.
Yeah,
like,
they're the worst.
Obviously.
I come on here and I literally police them and I tell them, get the fuck off the app. You're making my job harder. Because they're looking to rage bait and they're bored because they're not doing anything important in the army, so they have time to come on here.
Yeah, but even then, if I can get past the rage bait and just get a good interview with someone,
you won't get a good interview out of an IDF soldier on here.
You don't think a single one?
No.
A single one?
No, because listen, that mindset of an IDF soldier that comes on here is already fucked. It's like if they're already so bored that they're coming on here, you're not gonna. It's not the type of person that's gonna be able to give you a good interview. You know.
I've gotten alright ones, I guess, so far.
And also it's not representative of our soldiers in our army.
I mainly come on here to practice my debating skills. So
good.
I'm not just some weirdo creep on here. I don't know how else to practice my debating skills other than coming on here.
Well, you got a good person to practice with. I also practiced here for a year, and I feel like I got very good at debating because of this website.
You get better?
I feel like I've improved wildly because of this site. I've had to just contend against the most radical, retarded positions possible.
I'm full of those.
Yeah.
So
But you seem like you're like pro-Palestine meta. Like you realize it's a stupid position to take.
I mean, not really stupid in a sense, but I just feel like I'm more respectful than the people you talk to, is what I've heard. Like the guy that I debated before, he's like, man, you aren't really yelling. You're kind of treating me with respect. I'm like, yeah, do people not when they debate?
No, here? Absolutely not. Here, absolutely.
Maybe.
Here it's a fucking boxing ring.
No, so I interviewed one person and I debated another guy. So the guy I debated, he was a 19-year-old, and he was on the pro-Israel side. And then I debated a girl who grew up on the Gaza Strip, and she was pro-Palestine. And it was pretty cool to get both sides.
Yeah.
Because I've never really done that before, so it was... I don't know how to explain it. It was just nice because most of the people on here, I mean, you can voice your beliefs as much as you want. It was just refreshing to find a new one, you know? And she was very emotional about it because that's like her home right now.
Can I ask what makes you pro-Palestine?
I guess my morality.
Okay.
Based off of what I see.
Can I challenge it?
You can challenge my morality. I mean, I can give you like a 95% guarantee it won't change, but I'm sure you'll take that 5%.
Okay, I'll start by saying, and I want to get clarification for you on your morality. I think being pro-Palestine is one of the most immoral things you could do, especially in the context of the Middle East. And I'll break it down for you later, but I'm curious, like, where does your morality stand and why does it make you pro-Palestine?
I mean, obviously I can condemn the terrorists, you know, because, of course, I mean, I wouldn't say they started it, obviously. I mean, you guys always bring up October 7th as a big Kickstarter, and obviously I condemn that event. But I just feel like not many people look before that, you know what I mean?
Sure. When do you start history?
Oh, like the very beginning I try. I mean, I'm not...
Like how far back?
I'm like, the teeniest bit educated.
So, yeah,
I mean,
and
that's
you're
what
the
I kinda
teeniest
wanna
bit
hear. I try to learn.
educated. You're the teeniest bit educated, and you would start the debate by saying that you don't think that your mind can be changed.
I mean, you can go for it. I'm just.
That doesn't make you a very educated person. That makes you kind of like a ignorant person. If
I
you
mean,
if
you
you
can say
if you acknowledge that you're not educated on the topic you're talking about, but you also in the same moment say that your mind is not going to be changed, that makes you kind of a bigot.
I said you could change that. I
Okay,
mean, maybe I am bigoted.
a little bit. I mean, and I'm not saying this to offend you. I'm saying this man to man, like
No, I got
you
it.
know. But okay,
Yeah.
so when do you start history?
I'm not even sure. It's just I go back and
Okay,
don't laugh at me, cunt. I'm just saying like.
calm down, baby. You're good. You're in good hands.
No, it's just I don't know. It's just you go back and you see so
When
much
though?
more stuff
You got to
that
give me a
happened.
date.
I don't even know. I mean, I could pull up the list that I had earlier.
What's off the top of your head? Do you have a date? You can also say I don't have a
What's
date off the top of my head. That's fine.
no? Well, yeah, I don't. Obviously, I don't.
Okay, so
You know, I've just
you
I've
you
just
don't
seen
want
a
to
lot.
start on October 7th, which is fine. That's totally fair. I'm just
I
curious.
mean, we can. I'm just.
No, we don't
we
need
were
to.
saying my stance first.
I always am more confident when people tell me let's not start at October 7th because to me, when you go back in history, it does not get better for the pro-Palestine side. It gets worse.
Yeah. Well, were we stating my? What were we doing first? I mean,
I was curious,
stating
like where
what?
you were saying, where does your morality,
Where does my morality stand? So
like, how does it make
obviously,
you stand with the Palestinian side?
I stand with the civilians pretty much. I condemn the Israeli government, of course, and I condemn Hamas as well. I feel.
Okay, and that makes you pro-Palestine?
Well, what would you say it makes me?
Just a person who supports civilians?
I mean, that happen to be.
Like, are you
Palestinian.
you're anti-Israel?
I wouldn't. I mean, of course, it has its right to exist. I'm not anti-Israel. I just
Okay.
condemn the actions of their government.
Okay, that seems like a pretty reasonable position to take. I mean, it's based on your perspective. It's without any knowledge. Like you don't have even the basis to say when the conflict started, which is actually insane. Because like even the most retarded people on this website who I've debated with have been able to quote at least the date where the conflict started in 1948. But like, you haven't even been able to pull that number.
That's the one. There you
But
go.
it's not. That's the one. That's like our whole history is based on that. Like for you, that's the one because you're a white guy living in America.
That's just what I was thinking.
But like for us, it's a real thing. You know, for the Palestinians, it's a Nakba. For us, it's our independence. But for you,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. That's why I'm like,
Well, I'm not
You're
trying
ju-
to be bigoted on purpose.
I
I'm
know,
trying to
I
be
know, and I'm just
educated
giving
more,
you. I'm giving
know.
you real Middle Eastern brotherly love right now. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. Like this is how Middle Easterns talk.
No, I
We
get
talk
it.
straightforward.
You're a teacher.
Exactly.
Right? I'm the pupil.
Exactly. That's it, Habibi. Now you're getting it. So I'm telling you from
It's so endearing to hear that from a Middle Eastern person.
Good. I'm happy that you like that.
It warms my heart, dude.
Good.
I love it.
Good. You obviously have an affinity for Middle Eastern people too, which is great. But like I would say instead of representing yourself, and whether you're doing it to rage bait or not, that's your thing.
Oh
Like,
no, I genuinely come on here to practice my debate. Like,
but I'm
skills.
saying to call yourself pro-Palestine, whether you're saying that just to rage bait or to
So
get
I
into a
think we're at a
debate.
point now where maybe I should not call myself that. From your
You're not
perspective.
pro-Palestine. You just believe you don't want innocent people to die, and you don't have any information on the conflict. I would say probably none on the Middle East. You probably know some TikTok talking points and some Instagram talking points, maybe some news talking points, but like the fact that you could not quote 1948, like both an Israeli and a Palestinian would tell you, Habibi, shut the fuck up and sit down. Don't talk. Don't say anything. Because if you can't start with 1948, 1948 is when the portals open up and Palestinians see it as a Nakba, as a tragedy, and Israelis see it as independence. So if you can't start from that date till 2025, you shouldn't even obviously practice debating. Please practice debating. You should. But like you shouldn't be able to be confident enough in saying like I'm pro-Palestine. You're not pro-Palestine. You don't even know what Palestine is.
I see. All right.
You feel me, brother?
Yeah, I'm feeling you.
Okay,
So
cool.
basically, because of my lack of knowledge prior to October 7th, that I should just say I'm pro-civilian then. let's just say that.
You're not pro anything. You don't want people to die in a war. You're like 99% of other rational human beings out there. You're like 99% of Palestinians and Israelis. You just don't want people to die in a war, and you think that you hate a specific government because you've been told to think that, not because you actually understand what the hell that means. I bet you're such a sponge brain right now, and I'm not saying that in a negative way, but you so don't have the information that either a really well-talking Palestinian or a well-talking Israeli could convince you to support the Israeli government or Hamas. If a Palestinian was sitting here right now and was talking with my conviction, I'm 100% sure they could convince you to support Hamas. Because if they have the right conviction and they explain it to you in a logical way, who are you to say no, he's wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
So you've got a long way to go, Habibi. You need to keep studying.
I love that.
You need to keep learning for sure. You gotta, but it's good that I consider you the realest man on here because you're willing to admit in this conversation that you don't know enough and that you're willing to actually adapt. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm willing to learn and to adapt, and I can. I mean, when I said you probably couldn't change my mind, I was kind of trolling a little bit, but
yeah, it's the problem with this website. It's hard to tell who's that's why I've gotten good at kind of telling who's bullshitting me.
That's the same thing I kind of sensed from you, though. I couldn't tell, but I feel like we're both genuine people trying to have a conversation.
Absolutely.
Now, so.
If you told me in good faith you wanted to have a debate, but it's not even honestly, not that it's not worth my time. It's always worth my time, but I can't debate you on this topic because I'll destroy you, but not in a way of trying to destroy you. It's just that you don't know anything.
Then why don't you teach me then?
Okay, it has to start from somewhere though. You gotta know. You gotta ask me. What do you want to know about?
What do you think I should know then?
I would start at Arab colonialism.
Okay.
I would start there because if you don't know the history of the region of the Middle East, if you don't understand how we got to the Israel-Palestine conflict, you probably see the Israel-Palestine conflict as a binary of black and white, Jews against Muslims, Jews against Arabs, Israelis against Palestinians. When in reality, this conflict it's actually way more about Jews against Arabs as a whole, the whole Arab world, and you're looking at it as Israel's the big strong army and Palestinians are the weak army. You should be looking at it as Israel is the only non-colonial entity in the Middle East, and the Arabs are a massive colonial empire akin to the United States of America or South America, and are literally controlling and imposing their way of life on everybody in the Middle East, not just the Jews, every person.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at it from that framework, everything from the history to the archaeology to the religion to the conflict starts making sense.
I see.
I don't know if you've ever
become more educated and see if my stance changes.
Have you ever heard that perspective before?
Yeah, I mean, plenty of people. I mean, in between the kill yourself and die, sometimes.
People have expressed to you about Arab colonialism in the Middle East?
In caveman terms, not as great as you have.
Okay, like Israeli soldiers.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Those guys, the rage baiters.
Yeah, they're a bunch of hookah boogas. Don't talk, please, bro. Don't talk to them and don't film them. They're ruining my life. I'm really trying to tell them whenever I see them on here, get the fuck off.
100% that though.
What do you mean?
100% rage bait. All of them as a collective, 100%. They're all.
Listen, every person in my family served in the army. Everyone, all my best friends are in the army currently. I have three very close friends in Gaza right now. I know exactly what they're up to and what they're doing. They're fully honest with me, even about things they're not allowed to be honest with me about. It's really
You got top secret.
No, it's certain elements of it is, especially where they're moving in and out of and the direct operations they're doing. But the reason why you're not actually seeing bodies piling up like an actual genocide is because it's not happening. The reason why what you're seeing are very questionable AI images and videos filmed from specific locations, and why you're seeing such HD clear footage every time a bomb is going down is not because it's a genocide, is because this is a well-documented brainwashing attempt. It's not with the Holocaust and with the Armenian genocide, for example, there's undeniable bodies piling up, like stacks of bodies, executions left and right. What are you seeing in Gaza? You're seeing videos of very unfortunate events where civilians are being hit by collateral missiles. You're not seeing IDF going in there executing people left and right. It's just not happening. There are mistakes that happen, and almost every single time it happens, the IDF issues some sort of apology and says, hey, we killed the World Central Food Kitchen people. That was a mistake. Hey, we killed this ambulance with 6-7 people. That was actually a mistake. Or one of our soldiers was acting out of line. You're not seeing an actual attempt at a genocide, and I'll inform you with numbers, which I think is probably the biggest thing to back it up.
Yeah, let's hear it.
1948 is the Palestinian Nakba. That's what they call it, the catastrophe.
Yep.
We call it our independence. Before 1948, they say according to Palestinian sources, there were 1 million Palestinians in the land between the river to the sea. That's what they say.
Yep.
After this war of independence, which they call the Nakba, 700,000 were killed, displaced, moved around different places. So they were left with 300,000 in the land, 340,000. Okay?
Okay.
That was 1948. Now we're 77 years later in 2025. Take a guess, for all the ethnic cleansing and for all the terrible things that the Jews have been doing to the Muslims and to the Palestinians. What is their population today in 2025 from the river to the sea?
That's hard. I'm not even sure.
Take a wild guess. I had some Moroccan girls I was talking to earlier. They told me they thought it was 30,000. Because based on what the news is telling you, we've just been committing a Holocaust.
So like you're saying like millions.
Well, take a guess. An educated guess. Take a guess. Based on everything you've heard about the history. Take a guess.
Based on everything I've heard about like the media narrative.
Yeah. Whatever would feel natural
probably
to you to say.
Probably the same around the Moroccan girls.
30,000, 40,000.
Yeah.
And that's a reasonable thing for you to say. Because that's the way that the media has spun this image. They've told you we've been doing a Holocaust against the Palestinians. It's a genocide. And for example, before I tell you the actual number, Mizrahi Jews, which my family comes from, the Jews from the Middle East, there were 1 million of us in the Middle East. After 1948, there's like 10,000 scattered around. That's an actual genocide. That's an actual ethnic cleansing. When the number goes from 1 million to like sparse, like a few hundreds here.
What was the cause of that, though?
If some of it was anti-Semitism before the creation of the State of Israel, some of it was fueled by anti-Semitism after the creation of the State of Israel. Like, my family was ethnically cleansed before Israel was a state in 1941 from Iraq, and it happened before they were Zionists. They were not Zionists in Iraq. It was just Islamic supremacy doing its thing, as it always does in every country. It's not like a new thing. Every person who's lived under Muslim society has suffered. Every single ethnic group. Not one of them has succeeded and risen above it. But anyways, to get back to the original equation, 300,000 Palestinians in 1948, you say it makes sense that it would be around 30, 40,000 today. Like, their population must have dwindled big time. Between the river to the sea today in 2025, Palestinian population stands at roughly 6.8, 6.9 million people. Between the river to the sea, okay, Palestine will be free, and they make it seem like there's no Palestinians living here. There are 2.2 million Muslim Palestinians living in Israel under that flag with equal rights, serving in the army, which is crazy because they're fighting part of that war in Gaza that they're committing an ethnic cleansing genocide against. You have 2 million in Gaza and another 2 million in Judea and Samaria and the West Bank. Not to mention all the other millions that are scattered around the world. So for such an incredibly devastating Holocaust that we've committed against the Palestinians, their population has increased 10x, more than 10x, from 300K to nearly 7 million. Just so you understand, there's only about 7 million Jews in Israel. We're almost equal population.
Yeah.
In their ancestral country, in their actual ancestral land between the river to the sea. More so, as just some more proof, in Gaza, they say, and this is by Hamas's numbers, who are the only official force counting the numbers, they say that 60,000 Palestinians have been killed since October 7th, 2023. Yep. For almost 2 years, only 60,000 have been killed, which, by the way, by any standards of any war is an extremely low number. But Palestinians in Gaza, they make no difference between a Hamas combatant and a civilian. That list of 60,000, they just say, and I'm sure you've heard that number, they never say Hamas member. They just say 60,000 Palestinians have been killed. The IDF says 30,000 of those was Hamas combatants. let's say they're both exaggerating. At the very least, we have to take both of their numbers at odds. That means that 30,000 Hamas or civilians in Gaza have been killed, which means it's a 1-to-1 ratio, because there has to be at least some number of combatants killed. It can't just be 60,000 Palestinians dead. So if we have to trust the IDF, we have to trust Hamas. Let's put them on equal terms, even though they're not. It's a 1-to-1 civilian to combatant death ratio, which is the lowest in recorded history for urban warfare. The lowest, based on every single standard. And that's if we take Hamas's word that they're not embellishing the truth, which they've been caught embellishing. And the last thing, just to convince you, if you're not convinced already, that there's no genocide going on. I'm not sure if you believe that there was a genocide going on, but
I'm just here to learn.
60 to 70,000 babies have been born in Gaza since October 7th, and they continue. They've had a positive birth rate of like 60 babies a day, between 16 to 60 babies a day. They've maintained that birth rate. I promise you, in Auschwitz, there were no Jews being born in the concentration camps, and if they were being executed. They didn't have a positive birth rate. They had a positive. The rate of Jewish prisoners in concentration camps were growing because there were more Jews being brought in, not because Jews were being born. Gazans are having sex, they're having babies, they're eating food, and they're living life even under this horrible war, which I can acknowledge is horrible, and they're not living a good life. But just to like put things in standards, like when you call it
why is the birth rate so high? Do they just be fucking and like, is that it?
All day, every day, even during this war, they're fucking. Because they're not actually being genocided. You understand? If you can maintain a positive birth rate of 70,000 babies during a genocide, it means you're not actually being genocided. It means you have food and water coming in, and you're able to fuck all day and make children. That's not the elements of a genocide. A genocide is you're literally starving. And by the way, it's not to say that Palestinians are not starving. There are Palestinians who are starving. But it doesn't have anything to do with the IDF. There was a certain period of time for 2 months that Israel didn't allow food in. But before that, they maintained enough of a caloric intake through their food distribution that was supposed to last for a very, very long time. So they were allowed to take that 2-month break. And even now, I've seen it with my own eyes, and you can Google it if you haven't. There is food sitting on the border of Gaza that the UN refuses to bring into Gaza because they cannot secure a security relationship with the IDF. Because Hamas is so dangerous still, and they keep stealing the food, the UN is too scared to bring in the aid, so it's literally just sitting on the border. Israel's already facilitated it.
One question, so like America and Israel we're tight-knit, right? Why don't do we have troops there at all helping out?
You have Americans who work for the GHF, which is called the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, but not American soldiers. You do have some Americans who are working for the GHF, who are facilitating food for Gazans.
Why wouldn't they want American soldiers there?
Because a bunch of you Americans would cry, we don't want to fight Israel's war. That's what's going to happen.
A lot are willing to, from what I've seen.
Unfortunately, not enough. Unfortunately, not enough to actually like do something. A bunch of Americans will be like, we don't want troops on the ground. We don't want to fight Israel's war, without realizing this is very much your war. You're involved in this war in every capacity.
Well, the one thing that a common theme that we've talked about a lot is the blending in crowds, hiding in hospitals and schools thing. So what's your take before I say mine?
Yeah, they do it all the time.
So,
till today.
I mean, yeah. So like, do you think there should be another alternative to just?
If you have one, I'd like to hear you name it.
I don't, which is why I'm saying, could there be one?
Because there isn't one. When somebody, why don't you think it's been employed by one of the best armies in the world?
I don't know.
Is it because we're so evil we just like to kill Palestinians?
It just seems horrible.
The question is, you have to when you want to have that conversation, you have to find the intent from Israel to want to be genocidal. But every single which way you cut it, Israel is clearly, just statistically, not genocidal. Like, Israel has every single capacity to kill every single Palestinian, not tomorrow, today, yesterday. But they don't do it. So the clear intention of genocide isn't there. So you have to tell me that when we bomb these hospitals and we're being indiscriminate, it's because we genuinely just want to see Palestinians die, or we don't care enough. Like it's you have to cut it in that way, but nothing backs up that claim because their population does not stop increasing, and we are allowing for that population to increase.
And this is like every war.
Yeah.
Like not like, is there like any like I'm saying I don't know because I don't. Like, is there any better way than just to bomb and kill indiscriminately? Like, you have to
tell
find
me?
a way around
Do you
that,
think?
I feel. But I'm asking you because I obviously
There isn't. There isn't. And by the way, to say that Israel bombs indiscriminately is hilarious because, like, literally, it's the only army in the world that sends you leaflets before they bomb you, especially in the country that is actively undermining us. Huh? What'd you say?
Like the one scene in the Hunger Games.
I haven't watched the Hunger Games, so I don't know. But
good movie.
1 second. I think I might have to go. 1 second. And I'd like to continue this debate with you another time because it seems like you've learned.
Are you like a YouTuber?
I do have to go, brother. It wasn't.
I'm
gonna give you my YouTube channel.
Content creator?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my YouTube channel.
Are you recording?
I was recording. I'd definitely like to put this on YouTube if it's cool with you.
I mean,
you handled yourself like a gentleman. Like a gentleman. I really have to say, people in the comment section will be very supportive of the fact that you were willing to learn. And if you're scared of the pro-Palestinian side, you didn't even say anything. You maintained your uninformed pro-Palestine stance the entire way through. So.
Oh yeah, I'd love to be more informed. It's just, yeah.
Let's get in touch. I'd love to inform you. Okay, that's my channel,
Alrighty.
and I'd love to see you on here again and have another debate. It would be great.
All right, wait. Let me look you up really fast before you leave. Oh shit. Sorry.
All right, brother. I really do have to go.
All right, you have a great night.
See you, brother. Bye-bye.
Why does it say, were you
If
on
you
Joe
believe in my
Rogan?
content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.